video card. These pillars are not my friend. Okay, who threw that? Whoever it is, they have good aim. This was the level that had the TV, I think. It was level 5. Oh, what the hell is going on with my audio? That was weird. Go back down, you missed the other side. There's another side? Wait, what? I died. Wait, yeah, I think you're right. My sequence of events are fucked. That's what happens when you don't have, like, sequential events in a proper linear fashion, which allow you to make deductions forwards and backwards. Don't have to use hover to get to floor 4, because... That's wrong button. Because floor 4 is available on the fast travel. Where am I? I'm right here. I need that one. Which one's that one? That one. So according to Cavaggio, my highest reliable source, there's another side to floor 4. Holy shit. Oven proof. What? Why is it not fucking pick up the goddamn grenades? She picks up anything else on the side. She's a fucking cunt. Jesus Christ. I'm alright, I think. Where is he? And it's still playing the Crash Bandicoot music. Where the fuck is this bitch at? So, well, I'm doing alright though. Do I have to go in here? This doesn't look right. Boop. How about you, man? I haven't seen your name in forever.
That must be one of the missing alternate items.
It was here the whole time? What? Oh no, I don't like this. Let me guess, don't move when it's red. Well, if he's just gonna run away from me, this sucks. So they put it back where we were after the TV. Oh, nice. Sounds like things are doing alright for you then, brother. Not bad, that's great. Not gonna lie, I may have gone a little batshit crazy a couple years ago. But then that would be implying that I was not out of my fucking mind prior. So If enemies spawn, we're gonna have a problem, aren't we? What just happened? Oh, it put me back here? So I don't die. This is gonna take a while. Yeah. Oh, you're doing military time. Ah. Nice. But they paid you pretty well too for it. Thank you for doing your part to support slugs like me in the greatest America of the United States. Or, well, the only America.
Less escaped altered item to worry about.
Normal is overrated. That's true. What if I told you I was normal? Because technically speaking, I'm the normal one, just everybody else is... something's wrong with them. Yeah, so next we go to the dust containment of the medical wing thing. To find cooler items. Well, I'm not so much interested in equipment, ability points, or items anymore. Like, obviously, my character's just fine. So now we're just looking for cool bosses and anything interesting before I retire this game. Boop. Altered items. Alright, let's do that. I need to find where the control point was. It's over here. Alright, so let's go to containment. Oh boy. Fast travel. Containment. Containment slash what? Medical. Like a maxi pad. Gotta contain that shit. Oh, it's actually colored. Okay. Logistics probably, right? How do I get there? Wasn't Tomasi, like, I heard he was supposed to be like the hardest one. Gee. Tap. Alright, we gotta figure out how to get to wherever the fuck that is. I don't know if this is the way. Medical wing! Hey, the sign's actually pointing me in a direction that's possibly right. Holy shit. Security clearance. Are we going to run? Yes, we are. Oh. We're looking for what? A hand chair. I found it. I got it. I got a hand chair. I'm holding it with my hand. I'm pretending to hold it with my hand. I'm actually using powers of supernatural. Yeah, that game was pretty cool. The ending was fucking garbage. And I'm all salty about it now.
Mark Gibson, male, age 28, returned from the astral plane approximately 13 minutes ago. This was his 21st dive. Patient is experiencing migraine-like pain, intense pressure behind the eyes, and partial blindness. He has no recollection of his time in the astral plane and appears severely disoriented. Preliminary examination revealed no immediate cause, so we will be sending the patient for x-rays and... What the fuck is that thing? God, it burst right out of him. Call Black! Get Marshall!
Sounds like an experiment gone right. I'm all full on garbage. Sweet. I'm not even gonna bother picking them up or cleaning out my inventory. I don't care. Don't care. Am I going the right way? Oh, no, I went back, back out. See mold.
Mold's gotten in here too? Alright. Let's get cleaning, she said, cocking her.
I'm not the janitor, I'm the fucking director. Whoa, something going on there. Whoa. Here, eat this wheelchair. Blah. Is that thing doing this? And the flashing lights kind of fuck with me for just a second there. I gotta not. Didn't be there. Wasn't there another? No, just creepy noises. Boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Is this supposed to be happening? Gotta probably shoot these out. Ah, but fuck. Why can't you shoot through the rail? Did the other one respawn? You motherfucker. Can I please have my hand chair? What the fuck is a hand chair anyways? Did I? Oh wait, maybe. Oh, it's a chair shaped like a hand. It's like me when I stand behind a girl and I cup her boobs. I'm like, my hands are bra. It's a hand bra. Usually cops show up after just a few minutes, but I think it's funny. I think, dude. Please note that will go on your permanent record. We'll leave the mold stuff for later, I think. Because I don't know where to go. Let's focus on one thing at a time. Executive dead letters. Where the... I need the checkpoint. So I can fast travel to... somewhere. I don't don't know where. Somewhere. Oh, no, I know where. Executive dead letters, whatever the fuck that is. That is somewhere. Just trust me. It's somewhere. Executives. See? I told you it's somewhere. Right there. Oh boy, I don't know where this is gonna go. I had a physical today, so they drew a lot of blood. And the nurse was a fucking jerk. He wouldn't take an extra vial of blood for me to take home. So I could have lost more blood, but I just couldn't talk him into
no
it.
normal piece of paper.
That's not a normal piece of paper. You're not a normal piece of paper. Oop. This thing? How do you even know it's a piece of paper? Oh, shit. Oop. These guys are kind of tanky. She's coming right at us. Get her. It's okay. We're safe now. Oh god, we're not safe. Oh. Boop. Trying to do something, but I fucked it up. It's alright. It's alright. Don't worry about it. So many enemies everywhere. They keep running away like little bitches. I'm gonna die. Help. Help. Why is this gun not doing damage? Yeah, that was... I was goofing off a little too much. We'll stick to what I know works. Okay, just launch on everything. It's one of my, I had it on the list of things like when I'm done with the game and I give my final thoughts, etc.
That's no normal
One of
piece
the
of
things
paper.
involves the key binding thing. Because it's fucked. Oh, it doesn't even spawn out. Oh, yeah, it does. Boop. These guys take 2 fucking thingies to... What that is. He works for me now. That's what he does. I'm a director. My job's not to fight. I'm supposed to... Come on, dude. He's almost dead. I swear to fuck. If you die without even... He died without even... You little piece of shit. Damn railings. Damn thing in the wall. How am I supposed to levitate around when I get stuck on everything? There's so many enemies. Why does it take 2 launches to kill them? Why's my aim so fucking shit? Well... Here you come. Burp. Boom. Where do they keep coming from? Whatever.
Need to know where it's gonna end.
What is it doing? Yeah, I ain't gonna stand still, I ain't. Why don't you come over here? Where I can pick you up. Hey, good one. That's a stupid mechanic. What the fuck?
Need to find out.
We ran out of ideas. Just do this. It's like 3 lines of code. We got this. Oh fuck, there's more than one? Oh, I gotta look up her skirt. I can't see. Yeah, there's more than one. That's fucking... Hey, there's more papers. What is that? Whatever it is, it's dead. Saying the other ones are on higher floors. How do I get up to the higher floors? Oh yeah, superpowers. I've got superpowers. Forgot about it. You little shit. Wait, did I go too high up? Did I overextend my superpower boundaries? I'm not even gonna pick that up. Oh, and gotta... Alright, let's see. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. I'm a plaid suit in a pinstripe world. I'm not gonna read the whole thing. I even redacted part of it. I'm just little girl in big world trying not to get molested. How do I get from there? No! Yes. There's been a lot of weird stuff in this game. Think SCP. A different trademark. A different IP. Dear elected official, thanks for the recent smoking ban in my state. I'm happy to inform you I will not be voting for you in the next election. As everyone knows, smoking is being banned because the smoke is toxic and the aliens and the government... Wait. I want to read this one slower. Hold on. Let me have another sip of vodka. I have to read this. I have to savor this one. Okay. I'm going to start from the second paragraph. As everyone knows, smoking is being banned because the smoke is toxic to the aliens, and the government sold our planet in a sacred deal. If humans keep smoking, the aliens won't be able to live on Earth. Our air would be poison to them. If you government traitors can't stop people from smoking, then you won't get your millions of dollars from the aliens. I have a website on GeoCities and mirrored on tripod. People know what's going on. We're going to keep smoking no matter what. This is a national emergency. Politicians are handing the planet over to alien overlords. Well, we won't let you. We will resist. I will smoke forever. Signed, a proud smoker / rebel / patriot. This note is better than the ending of this game.
Okay, we need to know what's next up.
Nailed it.
One more page.
So I'm assuming one more page is higher up. Man, Ati's gonna have to clean up this whole fucking mess. Poor guy. And he's gotta take care of this mess I'm about to make with just... Blah. I'm the director, I've got clearance. Oh. Damn, I thought we had an audio log. Gee. Dear gentlemen of the Society of Sciences, it has been some time since I sent my initial letter. I hope it's not the case that you have dismissed my claims outright, and I hope that I am writing to you to once more ask for your help in understanding the oddity that has befallen me in my home. I have recently begun renting a new apartment in the city. The space is nothing special, though for a time I found the isolation quite soothing. Recently, I have begun experiencing a strange occurrence when in my kitchen, a tiny little thing with that much but a sink. I sometimes lose myself. My surroundings change. I find myself standing on a strange dark stone. I stare out at a colorless sky as white as undisturbed snow, terrified of moving. Perhaps this is a brain issue. I think not, as this feels really terrible. Feels terribly real. Yeah, the order of the words, big difference. This has been occurring for some months now, and I have become frightened of entering the kitchen. If it's not too much of an inconvenience, I would dearly appreciate a visit from one of your professionals to see what they make of it. I await your response with little expectation, but with great hope. Where's that stupid piece of paper? Hey, Geek Scum. I heard there's a lot of interesting notes in this game from dead peoples. But not really knowing where to find them. Boop. Guess we just keep Supermaning our way up. Let's try it again. Oh, we just used a staircase, but yeah, fuck that. That's stupid. To the esteemed members of the American Psychiatric Council, I am writing you to inquire about the significance of dreams in relation to one's mental health. I'm aware that there are many books purporting to containing the true meaning of dreams, but I have reservations about their legitimacy. I understand that this is not usually done, but I would greatly appreciate your thoughts on my condition. Ever since I was young, I had intensely vivid dreams. They only occur sporadically, but in them I witness very strange events. I understand dreams can seem real at the time, but these feel markedly different. They do not occur often, perhaps only 1 or 2 a year. That is very infrequent. That is very, very infrequent. Last night I had one. I saw a small, empty town. It was utterly dark. There was a lake in its center. Shadows of people moving around me, muttering odd things. A bright light woke me up. I was screaming in my sleep. My wife had been shaking me for minutes. minutes before I woke up. Because of this recent incident, I had decided to seek help. The doctor says I'm physically fine, but I wanted to consult your expertise. Thank you for your valuable time. Bears very sincerely, some guy. That light bulb needs to be changed. Ah. I think I fixed it. So I see a little red over here. A reverb, huh? Doable, technically. Technically. But I'm a little too lazy at this time. Hey! You have questions and the prophets have your answers. If you are truly intrigued, watch the time. We've lost about 45 days in the past 4 years. We'll go with it. The shortening of days. This is why the Vatican is a sundial and also simultaneously a keyhole. Another thing while I'm here, if you want the secret to everything, compare plasma Wait, what? Another thing. While I'm here, if you want the secret to everything, compare plasma next to brain cells. The sun and the moon are composed of plasma, simply light. No, light is photons. Idiot. Not planets. Yeah, the video, they took it down. The guy closed his channel. Haven't found another copy since. He's not my roommate anymore, so I don't know. Alright, but that sentence started so bad I had to have more booze. Fucking hell. The sun and the moon are composed of plasma. Simply light, not planets. After this is cemented in your psyche, ponder the current whereabouts of where you, I, and humanity reside. Cheers. Oh yeah, that's gotta be the problem, is IQ is too high. The funny part about that is I could make an even further weirder joke about that, because I know what my IQ is. It's a lot higher than you would think. And it would be wasted, because fuck everything.
You didn't know it's gonna end up.
It's gonna end up over here eventually. So just stand over here and just wait. Maybe there's a loot box I can buy that'll give me a chance for picking this guy up instead. That would be cool. That would be modern. That would be 2019. 2019 is all about either loot boxes or walking simulators. And nay. Yeah. I'll for now I'll just not say the number, but it's stupidly high. And it is very, very unapplied. And it will stay that way, because fuck it, like, I don't care. Alright, now I gotta return to Langston. I forgot who he is. Oh, he's the dildo with the fucking comb over. Wait, where's this? Fast travel to this place. Yeah. I mean, that's the business world in general. Like, you have to have a degree just to apply for a job, for example, before anyone will even look at your resume, etc., etc. But there's also another saying where it's not what you know, but who you know, and that's a very real thing. It used to be very real in the game industry in particular, because it was such a oddball thing in the past. Like, now people are putting for like $5 or $10 video games that are just asset flips of Unity projects that don't even get renamed in the title bar. And it's apparently some guy's college project. Like, what college? Like, I mean, I haven't been in college in forever, but what college is taking games as a project? Like, what course is this? Like, what the fuck is going on? But I mean, even back in my day, there was like DigiPen and Full Sail, which were like game development-based colleges. But it's far from glitz and glamour. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm teetering on, like, there's lots of pet peeves I've had from the past. Don't trigger me.
I really need to dig out my old proposal on better containment practices.
You need to do something about that comb over, dude.
Iconography, the whole shebang.
I found all those missing altered items.
All?
Yes.
Wow, you have a gift, man.
Geekscan, yes.
But those weren't all
I have.
the altered items missing from the
But I'm stuck in a cutscene, I can't talk.
The hiss must be making them restless. We've had several more containment breaches.
How many of these things did he lose? How many?
Hold on.
Just a couple. Should be no problem for you. I really appreciate your help. Really. Just super.
I want to kick this guy in the balls so fucking hard. Yes. I do think I know which game you're talking about, Geekscan. I forgot what it's called, but it looked similar to Everyone's Gone to the Rapture and every other walking simulator that's ever been made. And it was like featured on Sony's trailers and stuff. Dude, I wasn't streaming or anything, but thank God I wasn't like in front of a microphone at the time, because I was literally talking out loud, like going on a rant, like 2019. What the fuck have we done? And that's the thing, is like that's kind of what most of modern gaming is now, is it's either walking simulators that hardly qualify as games, or like the NBA 2K20 fiasco. It's just gambling mechanics to the extreme. But then this game, it doesn't fall into either, so it's like, why am I rambling about it? Yeah, I don't play sports games, but I caught some of the news. Essentially, even people that pirated the game felt ripped off. That's, I don't even know how to word it any differently than that. Like, that says enough. Oof.
Can I get a situation report for
Yeah,
the sector?
I want a situation report.
Okay, we still have to perform a proper inventory of the cells.
So do it.
Lord knows how many altered items snuck out during all this.
Probably a few.
Staffing. We definitely lost some people.
They're expendable. Who
Gonna
cares?
have to hit those college career fairs, am I
No.
right? Huh.
It's hard to imagine the FBC at job fairs.
The hiss are still tearing up the place faster than we can fix it, but the containment sector is stable. Ish.
Considering the alternative, I'm happy with stable-ish.
Stable-ish. I'll use it on my doctor next time. Next time I have to sign another suicide waiver, or a contract, non-suicide, whatever the fuck they call it. I'll tell my doctor, don't worry doctor, I'm feeling stable-ish.
Any thoughts on me serving as director? I know it was a sudden change.
Oh, no complaints so far. Trench was all secrets, lots of meetings behind closed doors. You seem much more approachable. But if I can give you some advice,
No, I don't want your advice.
keep a grip on who you are.
Go.
I've been here a long time, and I don't know if it's the job or this place, but people change here, and not for the better.
I'll try to keep my head on straight.
So says the guy with the fucking comb over. Gee. Ooh, I don't like this guy. I hate the mold bitch more, though. Oh my god. Focus. Mr. Combover has to tell me about the Langston's future. I'm dying to know. I absolutely have to know what the future of the Langston is.
Will you stay on after things calm down, Langston?
Oh, he's Langston, that's right.
Are you asking if I'm quitting? Oh, no,
You're
man.
fired.
I'm not having some mid-level agent make a mess of my
You're
panopticon.
fucking fired. I'm the director.
Plus, I'm racking up serious overtime hours with this lot.
There's no overtime. Did you read the
Just don't take
signs?
too long clearing out the
There's
hits.
signs.
My cat gets separation anxiety.
I'll do what I can. He must have gotten a pet sitter. I'll see you later, Langston.
I'll be here, like always. Oh, now the trench is gone. Rest his soul. I really need to dig out my own proposal.
I need to
Better
fix that
containment
goddamn
practices.
comb over. Most of the games we do have are garbage, though. And that's one of the problems right now. So, like, it's not as bad as it may have been in the past, but particularly with the Russian asset flipping scamming that's been going on, particularly with Steam Greenlight. They release so many games every day that it drowns out real games popping up from real indie developers that are actually putting effort into stuff. So it does cause damage on that end, which is kind of frustrating to witness. Okay, I am doing this. I gotta find a flamingo. Wait, we saw a flamingo somewhere. I don't know where. Fuck. Containment sealed threshold cord. The funny thing about the Russian scam stuff going on, or that had been going on, is the method that they were actually finally going to. It involved a trading card system or something. It was really weird and elaborate and still question marky. Oh, I gotta go way the fuck out there. So it wasn't that they were making money off the game. It tied back into the trading card system, and it involved bots and all sorts of extra layer of. You just put a game out there, get it greenlit, and then the developers were able to make thousands of keys for free to give out, and they would be given out to bots, and then they did fuck knows what at this point. I don't remember the details. I don't want to remember the details. I don't know how that particular system was designed to work, or whether it even worked. They tried at the very least. We know that much. Man, there's some fucked up shit going on. It's one of those, just never close your eyes, like, at any point. Like, never let your guard down. Like, whether it's you ordered something at a restaurant and it doesn't look right, or whether it's a video game or anything, like, just never close your eyes. Like, always be suspicious. Oh, you need to go. Oh, fuck. You can. You can. Tomorrow can't really see very well. Yeah, like, I don't know, it's one of my life lessons that I've learned. Is ultimately, what the hell, that Holmes? Rockets, homing rockets. It's brilliant. Unless it's being used on me. In which case, fuck it. But yeah, one of my life lessons has been, like, the never letting your guard down mentality. Because there's always something in the works. And this is not the right way. Well, Epic is giving Steam a wake-up call, but I don't agree with the way they're doing it. Because this exclusivity stuff, well, you've probably heard more than enough from people about how many people feel about it. And I don't really have a lot to say per se myself. For me, it's let me just sit back and watch what happens, because it can develop in many different ways, and I'm not going to predict a damn thing. Like, I'm literally sitting back and I'm going to watch and see what actually happens. There's a flamingo. Yeah. Yeah. Clear. Yeah, that's got to be an SCP, 100%. What the fuck is this? Well, I'll say this much. Like, if I was a developer and I was working on a game and Epic actually approached me with the numbers that they're like offering as far as money for making an exclusive deal with them, it's very unlikely, unless I've already made promises to the consumers, like if it was a Kickstarter, for example, where I promised it wasn't going to be exclusive to something, it was going to be on Steam and others. If that's not the case, I would probably take it in a heartbeat. Because you're talking a lot of fucking money. And that money can be used for actually getting to develop and finish your game, or to polish it, hire more talent to get it done, or make it better than it was before, or from what it was intended at first. Like, any number I could just put in my pocket and be like, fuck it, I'm gonna go buy a yacht. I'm not buying a yacht. That would imply I'd have to leave the house. That's fucking stupid. But it would be too much to leave. So, I don't blame the developers. What I do blame, though, are the people that have started projects, promised, and taken money from people, and then literally pulled it out. Metro Exodus did this, and a whole bunch of other games did this, and something Valve is doing is supposedly gonna so if you've already like if it goes against the plan, like it just, you know, like I mean, there's a couple of things I didn't mention about how this thought process works, but fuck. Well, you make promises if you're doing a Kickstarter campaign or something along those lines, like if it's a crowdfunded thing. So the moment I step in here... No, it's not the mobile. Okay, what is this? Maybe I need to float? Transformers, dildos in disguise. But fun. So it looks like flying is related. Now it's based on the shape? Like, what is it that teleports me out? What's a square? We're okay. That's a square. No, it's not. Nailed it. No idea what the fuck is going on, but nailed it. My reward is a pink flamingo. I'll put it on my lawn. Hopefully it scares away the kids or mailmen or something. Don't touch anything that's...
This thing again.
Oh, shit. Oh, it's this guy. Guy doesn't stand a chance against Ma. Super gun. AKA the pistol.
I never
First time
did
we
like
fought that guy, I died a
flamingos.
bunch of times.
Too.
Every time I fell because there was holes in the floor he made as he did his thing. And then I realized, wait a minute. We played BNS for 3 years. I could time my dodges. All I gotta do is point his fucking big ass eye and just keep, pressing my left mouse and... Ah. Sounds similar to you? Well, yeah, this was made by Remedy. So they made Max Payne, Alan Wake, Quantum Break. I think Alan Wake is the only one that they hold the IP for. Because I think someone else owns Quantum Break and Max Payne, some other companies. But that light is sturdy. What is this doing? Oh, wait, no, this is part of the whole clock. I haven't played Max Payne for fucking ever, but I think I only ever played the first game. We need to go to the Prime Candidate Program. As soon as I figure out where the fuck I am and how to get out. Necro wants out. Let me out. No, I don't want a Bureau alert failure notification. Why is every door sealed? Who the fuck did this? I'm the director. Oh, what the fuck? Nope, nope, we're good. I found the way. I got this. I got this, guys. Oh, fuck. Maybe I can just use this while there. I can just ignore the enemies, apparently. Who cares? So let's go to logistics. That kind of close. Yeah, the EA's live service thing is one thing for sure. Like, ugh. I'll tell you this though, what really scares me is the concept of a game streaming service that, like, if it was, like, it's been attempted before. So the current one that's on the radar is Google Stadia. And personally, I'm just hoping it flops. There's been other services like it before. It's a technological problem due to latency and other issues. But if it was to succeed, it's going to be really bad for people like me. Because right now I can fire up some of my tools and start hacking the game. I can edit the memory, I can give myself God mode if I want, or whatever. Like, the game's on my computer. If I'm playing an MMO, different story, right? Because the client is the client. The information is on the server, so it's a communication, and it would violate TOS on Twitch and stuff like that, so everything plays nice, so don't worry there. What I do on my computer, though, with single-player games, that's A-okay. But if they can do single-player games that's hosted on a server in a cloud somewhere, you lose all the benefits of every category. It scares me. It really does. Now, that's just one example I was using just because it was, hacking and stuff. But luckily, I don't, especially in America, our internet infrastructure is not good enough to make it work. Like, it's not happening. As is right now. Like, what Google needs to do if they want that to work, which would be not cost feasible in the end, is they need to wire up the entire American All of America. They need to get the whole fucking place wired with the Google fiber. Then they can offer a game streaming service like that. Because until then, it's unrealistic. And there's been others that have come before. They did not succeed. And if you spent money on any of it, poof, it's gone. Like, you don't have a game to install, it's gone. It's no longer in the cloud's gone. There's a lot of different reasons why it's terrifying for me. Well, what makes it scary is it's a plausible concept. Once the sufficient infrastructure is in place, it's very possible. And it would also negate all forms of DRM at that point. Like, so De Nouveau and Star Force from the past and other things like that is no longer going to be a thing. But, whatever this is, we've seen this. Where am I going? I'm going... It's just, we're not ready for it yet at this point. But it is a very feasible concept with realistic benefits too. But there's a lot of cons that have to be weighed in. And if consumers lose choice, like we've already seen how people, like even Windows key licenses and stuff, and game licenses, is like the concept of a license irks most of us as humans. It's like, you believe you bought a phone, it's yours, I bought it, it's in my hand, I'm allowed to do whatever I want with it. And it's like, no, you're bound by the license agreement. Like, what? It's a hard concept to really grasp, and that's basically taking it to the next step. And yeah, input latency is always going to be the number one problem as far as the reason why it's a hurdle. It can work for some games, but not a lot of games. And there's still some ways around that, but we're talking, like, we sit down and case by case this kind of thing. So it is, let's see, hypothetically possible. I'm not saying theoretically possible, because I don't believe that concept, like that term, makes any sense, but like hypothetically it's possible. But there's a lot of other problems that have to be worked out before that. Namely, our internet in the US is fucked. Like, the monopolies, the limited, everything, it's just not there. So it's just like, it's a flawed concept until those are resolved. So that's what lets me sleep safely at night. Boom. And yeah. And the thing is, like, consumers are willing to embrace even bad things. That's why whales is a term that exists. But even with like Steam and stuff, most people are, gladly using Steam. But no, not a lot of people at this point are thinking about what happens if Steam went out of business or decided to shut down service. Like, yeah, they might offer something where it's like you can download all your games if you can while it's still here, whatever. But it's like, these were concerns people used to have, like when you wanted to go and physically buy a copy of a game. Today, it's kind of like, dude, just fucking buy the digital copy. It's like, who cares? But so time changes things, and I think it was Neil deGrasse Tyson actually that made an interesting concept, because it was in relation to self-driving cars, and the concept, like, is it going to be one day that self-driving cars is all that's going to be legally allowed on the freeway? And it's like, to me, it makes sense. Like, that's probably exactly what's going to happen if self-driving cars become a thing. It will eventually have to be an all or nothing deal. If you're driving manually, you're gonna have to do it on a designated racetrack. It's like, well, that's fucked up. That's too extreme. Like, that's not gonna happen. Well, can you take a horse on the freeway? People used to use horses as their only means of road-type transportation. Now you just race them on the racetracks. Like, so it makes perfect sense that as you bump up time and development and technology and evolution or advancement of technologies, etc., like, yeah, your Mustang car is going to be sitting in a barn somewhere and you're going to only be able to take it out to the racetrack. Like, it makes sense when you think in that direction. I'm looking for what? Cleanse and contain the mannequin. There's a mannequin here. I'm too busy rambling about stuff. Go deeper into the twisted corridor. Is it twisted corridor? I was too busy being on my soapbox. I wasn't paying attention. Fuck. Okay, twisted corridor, that's down it. Oh. That's not right. Something's wrong with this corridor. It's twisted. Oh, it's messing with my brain. Oh, what the fuck, there's enemy. Wait, I'm strong, I forgot. Just launch. Launch. Damn you and your fucking homing. Oh god, everything's at an angle. Oh, I'm so tilted. I'm tilted, guys. I'm tilted. I should be playing League of Legends. I'm so tilted. Easy wins. Don't forget to forfeit at 20. Whoop. Cardboard only. What is this? E. Bright Falls Supplement. For the record, I am for, like, what Tesla is doing with cars. Not with a lot of other things they're doing, but with, like, the concept of self-driving cars. But for me, it's a very specific, like, one, technology is not there yet. It needs to be further fleshed out. But two is it only will work if it's an all-or-nothing deal. If it was all cars, and I'm not going to go over the benefits because I could give some amazing explanations on how this would be awesome and efficient as fuck, and you could then drive like 120 miles per hour on the freeway, and it's going to be insane. But I don't want to do that. But you can't have like 20% of the population still driving manually and making the self-driving part work. Like, it has to be all or nothing. If you keep the human element in there, it's going to not work correctly. So that's kind of where the it has to, that kind of stems from. Let me vape before I read this. Alice Wake, Mr. Wake's wife, was found during the Bureau investigation. She was interviewed and evaluated. She showed signs of severe mental trauma in the form of memory loss. She was later directed to treatment. It was concluded that she had been trapped in a threshold during its manifestation. Notable individuals still missing after the Bright Falls events are FBI Special Agent Robert Nightingale and Emil Hartman. Refer to the creators of yeah, this is Alan Wake stuff, isn't it? Shit. But fuck. This. Just don't touch the mouse. Bureau researchers believe this event was the result of a forceful perception of subjective reality stemming from Mr. Wake, overlapping our own. Wake has been flagged as potential para-utilitarian. See the Prime Candidate Program file for more details. In 2011, a book by Clay Stewart titled The Alan Wake Files was published by Roundabout Press, New York and Olympia. Agents interviewed Clay Stewart and suspected minor para-utilitarian sensitivity. He was placed under indefinite surveillance. A monitoring station was established at Cauldron Lake to alert the Bureau of any future activity. That's a little bit of a nod to the Alan Wake thing. But yeah, like with the self-driving cars, like if they work the way you can design them, because they would communicate with each other on the road, speed limits wouldn't be necessary anymore on like a freeway situation where there's not pedestrians or not a thing. So, like if a car is in the carpool lane and it needs to go across like 5 lanes to get to the exit, they would literally be able to communicate, and they would make room and still be going like 100 miles an hour, and just boom, 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 boom. Car coming in, boom, 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 boom. They'd make room for each other. All human element variables are out. It's extremely efficient. If there was an emergency and one car's going to the ER, or if there's a police chasing somebody, or hauling ass to a robbery in a mall somewhere, like they intercommunicate that. They make it possible, and it prevents all sorts of traffic jams and other things. Like the potential is insane. Like it's fascinating, and I could also say a car like self-driving does terrify me at the same time. Oh my god, everything's on it. Hey, mannequin. Hi, I'm Necroxix. Want to make out?
God, the only thing creepier than one mannequin is a few dozen of the damn things.
I think creepier than that is if you let me have them, because I'm gonna... I'm gonna do nothing with them. I'm not gonna tie them up and hang them off nooses and put them in bondage and stuff like that. Like I did with my sister's Barbie dolls when I was a kid. Boom. This one has a mole. Just like my hero. Me! To be surgically removed when I start giving a shit. Ah, the space elevator. Yeah, that's a nice one. I like I'm all for a space elevator. I don't know if we have a strong enough material currently to make one possible, although there might be other roadblocks, just funding and letting the people that want to do it actually do it. It doesn't just happen on its own. But I'm not sure if we have a material strong enough yet for that. Like, maybe we do. I think whatever the one that's based on spider silk, maybe? But fuck knows how much money is going to be involved with that in time. But a space elevator would do a lot for science, essentially. Like space. We're playing the Crash Bandicoot music. Time to serious up. Oh, I want to read what you said. What if all cars owned by Google and they are thinking, the curses, that's not very, it is not very comfort with our ideals. Let's just drive them off the mountain. Nobody will know. Ah, that's a good point. But that's down the line of paranoia, where it's like, oh, we already give up our privacy, right? Everybody does, unless you're off the grid, so to speak. If I use Google Maps, that means they're collecting data on me, and it's benefiting the entire system, and so on and so on. So let me not go down that that whole set of rambling. But it wouldn't make sense for them to want to kill me. Like, even if I was a direct competitor, it wouldn't make sense. And there's a couple different reasons for it, but ultimately it's like business is business. If this is like, if we're talking like a regular person, like I'm not a direct competitor to your company, then I'm a potential customer or otherwise a product of a system that can be used. It would not make sense to have to eliminate me through any kind of system that they can devise. Because one, it makes them look bad. Because that means a car accident had to happen in order to get rid of me, or something had a malfunction. That does not look good for the company. Like, yeah, it broke. So it would be very insanely extreme circumstances where a decision like that would be made. and given how many laws would be involved, like, and it's different. Like, it's not a case of like, why did you shoot that guy, or did you shoot that guy? And you interrogate somebody, you collect evidence, you hire lawyers, and you guys argue in court and all this stuff. Like, no. This is a computerized system. This information is logged all over the place. There is system logs that can be, like, evidence is right there. So it would be stupid on every front. Like, we're not talking analog, unpredictable human behavior. We're talking about engineered digital systems. It's if you think you're going to get away with that, you might as well be robbing banks today, because your odds are probably better that you could rob a bank right now, and good luck with that. I mean, yeah, they might be able to shut down like car service or something, but for, say, like an election, but how long do you think they're going to last after that? Like, lawsuits and all, like, there's so many reasons why I don't believe that would be true. I mean, it's not an impossibility, but it's just like, that's going down the conspiracy tinfoil hat theory direction, where it's like, I wouldn't worry about that. There's, like, you can't let that kind of stuff also hinder your... What the fuck was that? Did you go up here? I mean... Yeah, that flying car thing, that's not happening. Like, who controls airspace? It's not the FCC, but there is, like, even weird stuff there where it's like people with like drones and stuff have hit these sort of legal problems. Like, somebody owns this airspace, you're not allowed to fly your shit here, stuff like that. But it's like some of the technologies and stuff, like what levitates a car, like say a helicopter, produces downward, like it produces thrust to be able to do it, and they're noisy. Like, everything going on underneath the, like, it was so many impracticalities. Like flying cars and stuff, that shit, that's not happening. And along those lines, the Hyperloop, that thing is not happening. That was a fucking... Why is it still playing this goddamn Crash Bandicoot music? There's no enemies. If there was, they'd be shooting at me or something. We're going to the Prime Candidate program. According to this sign, it's that way-ish. But yeah, that's why I was saying about the Tesla stuff. Like, I don't agree with everything. Like the Tesla cars and stuff, like, great idea. The SpaceX program stuff, phenomenal stuff, like, and necessary. But they've got a lot of duds too. The Hyperloop is an example. Like, that's a bad idea. But then Elon wanted to propose, what was it, putting rockets or something on car. Like, that's not happening. It's ridiculous. It's not happening. Free energy, definitely not happening. Unless you find a loophole or an SCP that'll violate the laws of thermodynamics, in which case, maybe, but good luck. Wait, what are we looking for? Wait, cleanse and contain the mannequin. Oh shit, I was paused for so long, Wait. My brain just... I think my brain just farted. What happened to the curvy hallway we were in? We were... Like, last time I remember we were playing with mannequins. Oh no, maybe... I just walked out of it? Did I? So we're going that way. Yeah. You guys started talking about stuff and then I got... This is why I try not to talk about stuff. Because it's literally like I could just... It's like a, let me sit the fuck down and talk, and it's just gonna go for hours. And the reason it would go on for hours is because there's nobody to interrupt me. It's very different if... It's one of the unique benefits of being able to stream is like, I'm the only one with a voice. And then it's like if I don't pay attention, or I can like intentionally not pay attention or ignore somebody. And it's like, you don't even have a voice, but I do, and like nobody can stop me as I talk about something, whether I'm right or wrong, or completely going off topic or whatever. So they want me to cleanse and contain the mannequin. Problem is, there are many of them, and I can't really... Yes, you can leave. That is true, and that's the full power that you guys have, which is good. Like, if it wasn't that, then everything would be fucked. Which brings me to another thought. Like, wasn't it one of the fucking Assassin's Creed games they actually blamed the consumers for their bad sales? Essentially, people were paying or voting with their wallet by not buying the game because it was garbage or whatever, and then they went to the public and said, like, yeah, it's the consumer's fault. And, you know, our game did so bad because no one bought it or some shit. And EA, I think, did something similar too. And it's like, dude, this is like one of the few powers we actually have. Is like, if you don't like something, like product or service-wise, you vote with your wallet. Like, if I don't want to buy your shit or pay for your service, that's like my fundamental right. That's my power. If people aren't buying your game, that obviously means your game is shit. Something is making people not want to buy it. Like, it's not the players or consumers' fault in this case. Like, am I going the right way? Where am I going? What am I... I'm so... My brain's going down rant street that I'm, like, not focused. This is definitely not where I need to be. I mean, all the mannequins are over there. It's just, they're not a whole lot going in here. I was right by the mannequin. So one of these isn't actually the right man. Wait a minute, what is it? Oh, it's just a light. Fuck off, light. I'm supposed to find Waldo? So apparently this is... I see an E. That's what they wanted from me? Oh, that's stupid.
New bureau policy.
I'm busy ranting about Tesla and space elevators. I can't be asked to guess that I'm supposed to find Waldo in the mannequins. So I need to go to the... Oops. Research protective studies. Where's the nearest... The checkpoint thingy. Yeah, I would love to see a space elevator actually get built. Like, it's going to be important for aerospace type stuff. Like, the amount of money saved and the possibilities that will open up as a result of having a space elevator would be massive. Convincing someone to build one on their dime, good luck. That's one of them. Yeah, fucking homing rockets. I just want to get to the damn thing with the let me fast travel point. Out of my way, bitch. Ow! That guy's not very friendly. Alright, research / protective studies. Research That's protective studies. So the closest is probably the ritual diversion. But it's like when it comes to some of the like space stuff, like that's one of my fascinations. Not passions per se, but it's just like fantasy. Like I love this stuff, but I'm not seeking any kind of career in any direction related. Is astroengineering, and the reason I bring it up is the concept of like right now this whole thing going on with terraforming Mars, right? Get people on Mars. I think that's a stupid idea. It's not undoable, like, or it's not an impossibility, but it just doesn't make sense. Technologically, from where we are right now, we are much closer to being able to build something along the lines of like an O'Neill cylinder or a ring world or something else, like a space station world. Like, in other words, creating a habitat in space, than to take an existing planet and terraforming it into something. And if it goes down the path of bioforming, which means modifying humans or other species to survive a completely extraterrestrial or non-terrestrial environment, like those are like that's so much harder in R&D and everything else, that it only makes, like, we should be able to build a world, and that would make more sense. Put something in orbit somewhere. We've already got the International Space Station.
You and Hedron were never one and the same. It helped Darling with the HRAs to slow the hiss down. And it helped me learn to tap into this power I had inside.
The Dyson Sphere.
You.
Which is now, apparently, the big thing now is they're calling them Dyson Swarms instead of spheres, because they're swarms, basically, instead of what I was fantasizing about as a child, which was like a literal shell around a sun. Like, oh, that would be so cool. But there's no material that'll...
Eons later, here we are. Haven't we made enough HRAs?
No.
So long as the hiss are out there, we'll be making more.
Then we ought to let them in here. I'm kidding.
Your marker's not working. I didn't see you scribble anything. Try that again, because it didn't work. But as far as getting people to live in space, the practicality of terraforming versus creating an artificial world is very different. Very different. Like, even in time scale, let alone technology and other reasons. Like, some of the stuff about it just literally just blows my mind as far as how absurd the concept it really is outside of like an emergency situation or something. And even Stephen Hawking was behind this concept. He didn't want to put all our eggs in one basket. He was like the smartest man we had, right? So it's not like you're an idiot for thinking it's like, hell no. But like he gave an argument. Like, what if there was, say, an asteroid heading to Earth that could wipe us out? Well, it's going to be a lot easier to find a way to deflect that asteroid than it is to terraform Mars. We're talking such a huge fucking difference. Like, if we have the technology to terraform Mars, we would have no problem deflecting an asteroid or something else that might be threatening our planet and our existence. Oh, what the fuck. Alright. Who wants to die? You? Okay. Oh, you too? There you go. Dude, what the heck? Why is my launch being so slow? I think I'm dying. I'm dying. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I gotta stop pooping out. Pay attention. Necroxix, focus. I'm super focused. About terraforming Mars. I shot a second one. You piece of shit. Okay, that did not go well. That's mostly my fault because I wasn't really... But half my brain is at least checked out. Yeah, I took a couple explosives to the face for the team. I did it so you don't have to. I got superpowers. If I was a man, I'd be offended. Because this implies that men are not equal. I think... Let's not do that. Okay, where am I going? I'm looking for a rubber duck. Well, what sucks is I was hoping as the story developed, it was gonna... Because there was hints about not only like identity disorder, but potentially gender disorder. It was hinted by her brother, P6, Dylan, whatever you want to call him. And when you look at her face, like this has some features of a male, which made me wonder if the story was going to go down a route where Dylan and Jesse could have perhaps been swapped out, and it was more of a gender issue, maybe transgender or something along. Like it seemed like they were hinting at that direction of things, but I guess it wasn't, like, because they were talking about the names. Like, isn't it strike you odd that we have names that could be used for both? Oh, get him! We should probably go around. How do I open this? Notice multiple hazards. No admittance for unauthorized person. I'm authorized. Just let me in. I'm fuck you up. You're just a fucking duck. If I was a duck, how would I get into my cell? I don't know. I'd be too busy making annoying quacking noises. So the door in this room, which has got nothing in it, is sealed. Shoot out the security system, of course. No. Shoot out the camera. Just because I can. Oh, butt fuck. Not just you. All I wanted was a rubber ducky. Fucking ducks. You guys are hell-bent on protecting that duck. Just let me fuck his ass up. Go through the corridor and turn right. Which corridor? This one or this? I'm gonna assume it's this one. I base that on absolutely nothing. But I heard a noise. There's a door. We've been in there before, though. There. I don't remember what was back there, but probably nothing. Did I just hear quacking? Or is that barking? It's probably just the wind. I see it. Great. So whenever we did find this, we could not have come up here, but I don't think I would have noticed it. Oh, wait, there's something over here. What is it? Oh, it's a stupid treasure chest. Nobody gives a shit about that. Ah. Uh-oh. Quarking. Yorking. For some reason this doesn't feel right. Maybe it's the mold. Okay. Yeah. I mean, if we're gonna talk fungus, I'd rather have some, like, what was it? Burger King foot fungus? I was appreciating the audio. Number 15, Brugard. Heck, that was a really fun remix I really enjoyed. Way more than I should have. Oh. Oh. Hey, this apparently led us right...
Disappearing ducks. Great.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. I was just thinking this game needs more disappearing ducks. Like, out of anything... Wait, research/protectives. But actually, the fact that I hear quarking... There he is. Let's be really, really quiet. Just gotta launch something at him. Yes. Get a good angle. Oh. Well, now he's trolling me. Where did he go? Quack, 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 quack. Dun it. Dun it. Dun it. Dun it. Dun it. Diddle-diddle-dee. Just really quiet. Oh, you found me out. This is supposed to be a wild goose chase. Oh, this was his cell. I want to hear this.
Altered item number 52AE analysis, session 2. I will begin by introducing various stimuli to the item. First, a low voltage electric shock.
This may help me. Oh,
No
no, he has no response to
Next,
anything.
I will introduce heat via a standard Bunsen burner.
Yeah, everything they tried, no response. Apparently I'm getting a response. He's disappearing and reappearing somewhere else.
Each with a different value.
It violates some laws of physics. Maybe if I walk backwards, he will not notice me. He noticed me. I probably do have some files on it. I guess Quajo's giving me a hint. Like, fuck if I know how to navigate this menu. God damn, this is a fucked up shit. What would it be under? Probably research and records, if anything, right? I mean, it's research. Like, what kind of research have you performed upon this rubber duck? None. Okay. Case files. No, it wouldn't be a case file. Dead letters. If there's a file on this, I don't even know where to look. These files have OOPs and altered items. Okay, I'll look again. I might have been wrong. Reports, linguistic work. These are all enemy-based mostly. There's Director Faden's photograph. Wow. I'm gonna sign and put it on eBay. I clicked research. What's research and records? Oh wait, you're talking about case files. I don't know. Categorization system. It's just over my head. Yeah, wait. This is just the one. Okay, yeah. This. I guess it counts as a altered AWE, of course. I was looking for SCP. See, that was the problem. A, B, C, D. Discovered in the home of Agent Buttfuck after his young daughter complained of being followed by a rubber duck. According to Agent Dickwad, the matter was ignored, believed to be the result of a child's imagination. After discovering items hidden in his daughter's closet, he brought it to the bureau. It was discovered that Agent Buttfuck was bringing unknown paranatural materials into his home illegally, taking them outside of the old house. How this may have affected the creation of the altered item is being investigated by Agent Retard has been terminated. Nope. Doesn't tell me anything. Oh, it hasn't been an uptime feature since Zambot went away. I haven't taken the effort to... Like, we used to have that, and then Oh, all I have to do is run up to and click E.
Finally, no more quacking.
Nailed it. Have I seen the AI voice generators? You mean like where people could do like text to speech, essentially? I think I've seen stuff like that where people would do like if they did like a donation system where it's like you pay $1 or more and it allows people to type a message and it voice to chat or text to voice and text to speech. No need to hire actors. No, you need to hire me to do all your voice acting. I'll even ad-lib it. Like, what I want you to do is to say this one sentence to my wife. Yeah, record it. You're like, dearest, my lovely wife, blah, blah, blah. I end up ruining it. I'd be like, dearest, my bitch-ass wife. Where's my money? Yeah, pretty much anything on the stream end of things. Like, I haven't really done much anything development-wise, incorporating features. We used to have Zanbot, which did have what do you call it? It had like the uptime and a whole bunch of other stuff, but once that went away, like, I don't know, I kind of vanished last year at the end, and then came back January or February-ish this year, and kind of like, whatever, I'm just playing games and banners and icons and all this other shit. It was deep learning text to speech. Oh, wait. On the left of the turntable is Tomasi's file. Oh, shit. Too late. Necroxix doesn't even sound real. They took my words to be like, that's a voice changer.
I'm worried about Alfred.
Sorry.
Do either of you have
Sorry you got so mad. I know you feel sad.
I am more of
Best
a
of luck
reptile person.
from your deceased.
Right.
That would be a funeral speech or something.
Every altered item on your list is now back in the Panopticon, safe and sound.
Totally.
That's a load off my mind. Missing altered items don't exactly reflect well on me, you know.
Who gives a shit what
Did they give you
reflects
any
on you,
trouble?
you piece of shit,
The
co-moving
flamingo moving into the
motherfucker?
astral plane just like the fridge did. That same creature was there.
I was looking over the old activity reports, and multiple items have been displaying much more destructive behavior in the
You
past few
don't
weeks.
say.
There's some connection there, I bet, but it's a bit above my pay grade.
Well, something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, you're fired.
And if I have any more runaways, I'll know just who to call.
I guess this is my life now.
Oh, fuck this guy. Jesus Christ. I don't like this guy. I don't
See you
like
later,
the other
Master.
girl either, though. The mold
I'll be
the
here,
mold chick.
like always.
Like, I remember Zelphos was bugging me for a while, but then it always was at the wrong times. Just the subscriber badge icon thing, there's more that could be done with it for different tiers, depending on if you did like the $5 a month donation or the 10 or I don't even know. There's more that could be done with it, but then it's just like, I don't know. A lot of me just I don't feel it in me to take the effort to do all this stuff. Yeah, Ahti's cool. Darling is only ever on video. I did see his music video. We all did. It was actually kind of cool. Yeah, I won't lie. At the Pope, I figured she was going to be like the last boss or something. Because I still don't... Like, something about her seems fucked. In a she was way too accepting of everything kind of way. Where it's like, you're up to something, and you're going to end up being the bad guy. Then Ahti I thought was going to be important, but the game already... We already saw the ending. Like, nothing happened. Like, nothing. It was just red for a while, and then... nothing. Clear the clog, eradicate the mold, what a mess, eradicate the mold, talk to the plants. Like, what is... I'm not a fucking florist. Here, we'll do this one. The mold removal. I'm all about mold removing. I can tell you how long I've been off the time right now, because it at least does tell me. A plantologist? No, not in this game. We're an astral plantologist. You gotta get your prefixes all lined up completely. Everything's astral, super butt fucking awesome. Make talk. Yeah. If you want to get watered, you're gonna have to suck my balls, a bitch, you little stupid plant. Like, fuck you. You're just a plant, like, fucking... You're weed. Plant feelings. Plants don't have feelings. That's just silly. Come on. Come on. Yeah, look. I probably suck at taking care of plants too. Like, I don't even take care of myself. I think I'm gonna take care of anything else that falls under the definition of life? I don't think so. That's reckless endangerment. Research/parapsychology is where you go. Research / para but fuckology. That's a new field. I just invented it. It's gonna hit the scientific community by storm. Alright, so right now we are mold removing specialists. If you don't know what a human brain looks like, it's like this. It's just less segmented. We're supposed to go to the parapsychology thing. That is where the enemies spawn. Of course. remember one of my biology teachers was telling me something about the genome thing, like the first guy that had like his genome mapped, or the people that were on the like the frontier that they he had marital problems, but he had his genome mapped, and his wife was like trying to get at him. You know what she did? She took his she took that information and sent it to his insurance company. I know you're in Canada, Zelfo, so this might be different, but generally you don't want your insurance company to know your predispositions, because it may fuck up coverage. So it's just like, yeah, don't piss off your wife if she has access to your fucking genome map. While she was off to sleep. Boom. Ah, fuck. Alright, the VOD will be probably towards the very end. Like, I figured maybe I might do another quest or two, and I might call it, because my brain is so checked out at this point. Like, I'm just I just want to ramble about stuff instead of paying attention. That's odd. I mean, not that odd. Like, I know when I need to hold myself back. Protect the world from me. Okay. Eradicate the mold hosts around parapsychology. Well, we're in parapsychology. Unless I go through that door, in which case I will no longer be in parapsychology. So, I just have to find some mold, right? Hey, what is this? Oh, note. Let's read it. Recording chair procedures. Before using the recording devices, please ensure the following safety measures are met. 1. Ensure the volunteer is securely fastened in their chair. 2. Ensure the hood... What? Ensure the hood is placed on the volunteer's head. Yeah, Camaggio, make sure when you lay down in bed that the hood is placed over your head voluntarily. I don't know if you're supposed to cinch it or something. This will prevent the volunteer from taking in visual stimuli during the record process, which can lower the quality of the captured footage. This also prevents recording technicians from viewing the volunteer's face, which undergoes muscle spasms during recording that some consider upsetting. Check if the volunteer is comfortable. I was about to go grab a shopping bag and put it in my head. Do I look comfortable? Nah, I'm not going to do that. Activate the recording apparatus. After recording is complete, check volunteer cognitive ability using the provided questionnaire. Question 1. How do you feel? Can you breathe? Reminder, do not be alarmed if the length of the recorded footage exceeds the volunteer's period of unconsciousness. Astral dilation is a known issue. If any problems arise during this process, contact your supervisor. Yeah, if any of your volunteers die, just let your supervisor know. Hey, I lost one. What do I do? Do I get promoted? Are people really going to support Epic and their BS? Oh, you're talking about Borderlands. Some of them might. I guess Kvajo is, which is fine. I mean, it's in the end, all said and done, it's his choice. I'm cool with that. What? There's a monster in there. He's not wearing a bag on his head. Yeah, I don't like Fortnite. I don't like the Battle Royale genre, though. It's just not my cup of tea. It's like an inherently incompatible design, which is fine. Every game's not going to appeal to any. Oh wait, you gotta aim for the weak point. It's the wiener. See?
Those mole hosts.
And then you teabag them. And then you shoot him in the crotch again, just to be sure. Oh, I was gonna look at his... Oh, there. Oh, there's more than one? Yeah, there's at least... 3? Yeah. Boop. Boop. Oops. I hope the order of those didn't matter. When all said and done, there are situations where you're going to be like, I just want to play this game. I don't give a fuck what it's on or what it supports. Because it's like, imagine if a game had like you're waiting for something big, something you've been wanting to play for a long time, and it's finally about to come out. And it turns out it has like some big controversy behind it. Like the developers were caught harvesting dog organs in the black market to fund this game or some bullshit, you know, something really weird and unrelated. It's like, dude, I just really want to play this game. Like, I don't care about anything else. That is perfectly fucking valid as well. I need to find more of these things. Where is it? Only like one per mold infested area? Without Cavaggio, we're lost. Hey, I found some more mold. They censored something? What did they censor? Who dares censor me? Nailed it. Oh, it's garbage. It's fucking garbage. Oh, we're all the way out here. Oh, you didn't manually type that out? Yar, haha. Oh, what the fuck? Careful, there's enemies. Oh, what the... How dare they hide behind cover? What? Why did it shoot that way? It should be locked on. That was bullshit. Alright, I'm supposed to be looking for mold, not soldiers. Would help if I could aim. I have reason to believe alcohol may have impaired my abilities just a slight bit. I'm unable to confirm it. Is there any mold this way? No. Well, there's definitely a lot of psychology that goes behind. I don't know what to call it. Like, I could lump it in as like white knighting or something along those lines, where one may defend a company or a decision or anything like that, but it's basically an illusion type of thing. But it's kind of part of human nature at the same time. Whether you were just a kid during the Sony versus Microsoft versus Nintendo wars console-wise, and your mom bought you a Nintendo when you really wanted the PlayStation or the Xbox. But now that's what you're stuck with, so on forums you're going to defend it, right? That influences decisions, and so on and so on. Like, people sometimes want to be validated for what they chose, and there's plenty of other directions, so it just, I lump it in as human nature. But yeah, companies, businesses, they are not your friends. And I can say that because I have no sponsors. Now let's have a word from my sponsors. No, wait, we don't have any. I don't know where the other mold is. Like, where am I supposed to go? I don't even know where to find the other fucking mold thing. This quest sucks. This is Cavazio's fault. Now that he's not here.
Talk to the plants. Small talk was never really my strong suit.
Talk to them.
At least small talk was never really my strong suit. At least they can't talk back.
What if they can talk back? Some plants can bite. Like Venus flytrap. So we must be near wherever this is. Let's just do this one instead. That mold thing is dumb. Like, I'm not gonna go hunting 3 molds in 3 areas and not know exactly where they are, because it's like, I don't fucking know. There's no GPS. I have less features here than I do in real life. And I hear Crash Bandicoot music, so it means something's going on. I don't see any. Well, the internet gives us everything, good and bad. So, before, like, pre-internet, because internet, what is internet given us? Like, at the core, what it's done is welcome to my army, I'm about to go on a rant. So, at the core, what the internet has done for us is it opened up direct communication from anybody to anybody in the world. Like, no borders, no nothing. Like, it's allowed anybody to say anything. And that opened up a lot of, like for all the good, there's also bad. Which also means anybody that has like a conspiracy theory, for example, can just throw it out there. And a couple people that were also looking for something in that nature are now validated because they found each other. And that leads to some wacky shit. Maybe I'm supposed to go down here for this. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, it's gonna get weirder and weirder over time, because like AI and other stuff and marketing and advertisement, like viral videos now are made by advertisers. It's not like some YouTuber that happened to get a viral video out of their mix. It's like it's a marketing tactic now. Like, what the hell? But it's the ability for people to communicate on the internet anonymously, essentially, that like and we're just talking on the bad end of things, because obviously we know the good, right? Lots and lots of good. The bad has been that, like, yeah, like anything bad about just generic human nature topics is further emphasized and put on the light as well. Like, everything just kind of gets elevated. So if I came up with like a strange bullshit conspiracy theory, like, I mean, if I today told you right now, if I told you like I was abducted by aliens this morning, you're gonna be like, yeah, you're probably joking or trying to make a point or something, right? I could post that on a forum. I could post that on a bunch of forums, and just, I'm gonna find somebody that'll respond to me and believe me, and then I can work with them, and we will come up with something and like theorize, and it's just like it by opening up communication to the world, it opens up a lot of possibilities. Totally got a deep voice. Let's never meet in real life. I am not thinking this is where I wanted to be. I think there's legit a plant in Central Research, and I just went down a... Fuck. Alright, hold on. We'll have to reload it from the last checkpoint, otherwise, because I can't go back up unless I go through the other thing, and there's probably other shit. Fuck. Raise your hands. Who thinks aliens exist? But now here's the thing. There's a clear point I want to make too, and this is important, is like, people, I believe, are allowed to think whatever the fuck they want to think. So if you came up to me and said aliens exist, like, I'm not gonna attack you and try and kill you. Well, I might, but not for that reason. But like, whatever the fuck you want to think and believe, that's your right. You're allowed to think and do whatever you want. You can come up with any belief system and disregard science and so on and so on in any which way you believe. Like, that's fine. It's just, if that's the case, like, we may not be able to have a real intelligent discussion because you know, everything else that comes after that. But if you want to believe, let's say the Earth is flat, like, I'm gonna, yeah, like, I'm laughing in my mind, but like, you have every right to believe that. That's here. Why is there more dudes? Yeah, bookshelf is in my way. Flat bars. Oh, somebody got me on that the other day. A couple months ago, I think. Because it's important, and I'm wording it so badly that I'm not even making a good point of any kind. But it's like, ultimately, like, you can, like, people are allowed to believe whatever the fuck you want. When it becomes a problem is if you're an influential figure. Like, if you have some really odd beliefs that contradict, let's say, science, like known scientific facts that have been tested heavily, that's fine. But you better not be like, let's say, a teacher and trying to teach this to the kids or something along those lines. Like, imagine like if you had a teacher that was like a flat earther, for example. I'm going to use that as the example just because it's extreme enough. If they were trying to rub off some of this onto the impressionable students, then it becomes a big problem. or if you're a politician making laws about stuff, or like these kinds of things, where whatever you believe could have consequences to a bigger system. Otherwise, it's like, believe whatever the fuck you want. Like it's no skin off my back, and that's kind of like the whole Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo stuff's, where it's like, my console's better than yours. It's like, let them think it. Like, whatever. It's like, people get, like, we're talking wars could be started, like, over your choice of AMD or Intel, or AMD versus NVIDIA, or Linux versus Windows, or Android versus iOS. These kinds of things, like, people would be ready and willing to fucking, like, start wars over. It's like, why? It's like, because they don't agree with you? But you have to step back sometimes and be like, why are we... I don't know how to word it, because it's like, I wanted to say, why are we taking this so seriously? But that's not the right way to say it, because, I mean, gaming was always under scrutiny for, the earlier part of gaming. Waste of time, it rots your brain, it's for children, you're an adult, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, it was a hobby. Like, I took it very fucking serious. And there's people that take it way more serious. Speedrunners, esports, like all this stuff now, like, it's even like multi-tiers way above where I am. And I took that shit seriously. So it's like, it's subjective. To me, it's serious. But to the person I'm talking to, it means jack shit. So I have to kind of understand that. And I use that as part of my sense of humor, where, like, I just kind of be humble about things, like knowing that whatever I'm passionate about, whoever I'm talking to, may not be. So I reword things and just kind of steer the conversation in that way, because all said and done is like my world is my world and the next person's is theirs, and it's going to be different. But if let's say I was an Xbox hardcore fanatic, like, I love Xbox, I tattooed it on my forehead type of thing. And then, like, I'm not going to have a smooth conversation with somebody that's a rabid, like, PlayStation guy. Like, we're probably going to just start trying to piss each other off. Like, it's like inevitable, right? Oh, but fucking... I don't know where I'm going. Wait, I'm supposed to be down there. How did I end up up... no. I'm supposed to be down there. How did I get up there? Fuck me. Let's reload back to the checkpoint, because I'm far away now. Fucking hell. This is what happens when I start thinking about things. I lose focus. The group mentality. Well, that's a whole crazy topic of its own. Pack mentality, and oh, that's why I was up here, because this is where it put me instead of it puts you at whatever your last thing was. So fuck. We'll go right there. Sea of Thieves. Nah, I think I'll pass. I'm okay with that. I remember all the controversy about that one. Yeah, when somebody... Geek Scan, I think... wouldn't that qualify as a hipster, essentially? Like, it's been a term that I'm kind of flaky about, as far as, just what is it? But yeah, like... But the thing is like that group mentality is a very real phenomenon. Like, who you're around can significantly affect your thought process on anything. Okay, so somewhere out here, by the way, is a plant, and my job is to talk to it. That's what it says. It says talk to the plant. I'm gonna assume it's this tree. That's a plant. It's pretty big, so I'd say that's the plant. Like if I was a plant, this would be the plant. Look at him. It's almost as big as my wiener. Unless you talk to my urologist, he might say otherwise, but we can discredit him. We'll just come up with a conspiracy theory, right? Like he's just a government tool, or he's in on the conspiracy. He's not to be trusted. Discredit the discredit. Yeah, it goes up 5 floors, and then I split it down the middle most of the way, so it like I can do twice as much damage. Just like my tongue. Although that's not 5 stories. Or I'm just talking on my ass. We got a monster in the ladies' room. Unacceptable. Eat recycle bin and whatever I just picked. Oh, I picked him up. Hi. I'm gonna teabag you. If anybody's gonna be peeping in the ladies' room, it's me, not you. Oh, you gone. Good. These walls will make it easier for us to spy on the ladies. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Talk to the plant. Does it mention it in the notes, maybe? Jesse helps Ahti by speaking with the plants and it's like a post-mortem, as if I didn't even do this yet. And it's saying I've helped Ahti by speaking with the plants in central research. In the research. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Speaking with the plants in central research in the research sec. Oh, wait, that's the name of the. Okay, never mind. So it just reversed the order. Hi, plant. I'm Necroxix. I do stuff on the internet. And, like, people watch. And I talk with them. How do you guys like chemicals? Fire extinguishers have a lot of chemicals. Would you like it? Here you go. Is that good for you or bad? Talk to me. Because I'm talking to you. Do you feel nutrients entering your body? Or is all the caustic chemicals in the fire extinguisher, they're just fucking plants, they're useless. For who among us has touched the foundations of this world and deemed them solid? I don't know. Astral plantologist. Astral plantologist. Except I can't even find the plant that the damn thing piece of shit Quest wants me to do. I know it's not going to be down there, so it's got to be somewhere in this area, essentially. This is the central research. That's a plant, but that doesn't mean anything. That's a plant that doesn't do anything. This guy's pissing me off, so I'm killing him. Any plants over here? There's just on the wall. Oh. This random fucking plant. This is just...
I hope your day has been productive, little plant. That really works, huh?
I don't even know what to say. Would it work if you yelled at it and called it names. Like your mama's a tulip. Your mama's pushing daisies. Or, I don't know. What would be a good planting song? Oh, there's a note. You must have never walked in here before. Let's see what it has to say. We'll kind of do it fast. Hi, Carla. Does it strike you as odd that Darling insists on having us appear in those bizarre videos of his... Wait, what? Somebody's making bizarre videos, and I kind of want to see it now. Where can I find him? I mean, we just stand there. He doesn't even let us have lines or anything, doesn't he? Don't get me wrong, beats a day in the lab, plus it was always great to work with you. Oh, he's making his moves. Oh, yeah, I finished a comparative analysis of the 2 black rock samples you sent. The prism, or whatever you called it, I filed them in the usual place under C for Carla, a handyman mnemonic device, right? Anyways, let me know if there's anything you want to discuss about the data. I'll gladly explain. Maybe we could chat about it over some drinks or dinner. I can't remember the last time I had a good steak. Maybe we could get together. Jeez, this guy's really desperate. Like, he's really trying, and he's using, obviously, company fucking document stuff to get laid. Like, come on, man. You can't be using like company property for this kind of communication. I can't remember the last time I had a good steak. Maybe we could go together to work sometime. I'm free tomorrow. All the best, Hubert. P.S. Are you on? P.S. Are you on birth control? That guarantees you've screwed yourself. if that's your P.S., you are. All I need to do is find the ones that have the fucking icon, I guess, that I can interact with. That's... We're talking needle in haystack territory here. No icon, no icon, no icon. I guess those planes don't need to be talked to. Just fuck them. Their moms are fat or something, probably. There's none over there. Any over here? No? Well, fuck you too. How about you? No? No? Smash that. And that. No? Anybody want me to talk to them? You.
I hope those nasty hiss haven't been bothering you too much.
The plant has become erect. From just one line of her voice. I don't know how I feel about that. Alright, who's chanting? Stop fucking praying at work. Go do that somewhere else. I'm the director. I make the rules. And like, no cameras. No witnesses. It would probably be the better term. Are there plants in the shelter? I doubt it. Ew. Stop. Are you a plant? You're a plant, but I can't talk to you. I can look up your skirt at least. Same color as everybody else's. Terrible. Nothing. Oh, something.
I wish my leaves were as pretty as yours.
Yeah, I wish my flappy labias were as big as your. They could. Come on. Come on. Wait, is this snow? No, it's garbage. That's a lot of paper that came out of that. Yeah, the interesting thing about the split wiener that I know about, because I knew somebody that did do that, it has a unpredicted consequence. Due to the way the blood flow works, only one side is supposed to get woohoo, and the other side just remains normal. Oh, but fuck. Stupid granny panties, stop hitting me from your stupid chair. Dude, we only got half the goddamn plants. Oh, fuck. Yeah, I don't know which side is which in that regard, but only one side does it. Gets. I'm trying to stay generic because I don't want to make things too uncomfortable for people. Hey, there's a hole in the wall. Do I want to be here? Boop. 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 I don't think I want to be here. This is not right. Boop. I'm just gonna fucking kill every floating dickwad because I'm angry. I'm stuck in this tree. There's no higher place, so what? Where's the rest of these dumbass fucking plants? What a stupid quest! What? Why am I doing this? Let's pick a different quest. This is retarded. Okay. Clear the clog. That sounds great. I'm gonna be a plumber. We're just gonna be a completionist complex. No. Like, once I beat the game, it was only Cavaggio influence that got me to continue doing some of the side missions on the guys that there was still some interesting stuff left. But without him to guide me, we're kind of fucked. Because now we're fucking running around looking for plants that we can talk to make them up, get a stiffy. Why? Like, why would I do this? Why would I clear the clog at the maintenance pump station? Okay, let's do that. Because it's basically like whatever the hell I do today is it. Like, once this game is done, like, I'm gonna give my thoughts on it. But we've already beaten the game. Like, it's over. Like, shit. So we're just kind of doing whatever for the rest of the day, but I don't plan on revisiting this. Since I'm basically done. Like, I'm not a completionist. I could give a fuck less about collectibles and trophies and... Where the fuck is this goddamn... The checkpoint. I might just reload to be able to get to it. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna... I can't figure out how to navigate this map. I'm gonna take your plants and I'm gonna throw them in a fucking garbage disposal. I'm fucking sick of plants. I hate plants. Fucking plants. I mean, I know that you contribute oxygen into the environment and we need you, but fuck you. Because you're important to the ecosystem and life. Doesn't mean you're special, you stupid plant. Maintenance, pump station. Maintenance, pump station. Alright, where's the pump station? What is a pump station? Besides a station that pumps. Oh, question marks right there. So the coolant area. Yeah. I have a joke similarly, but involves meat. It's, I like my women the way I like my steak, raw and bloody. Ooh. Yikes. Maybe this. No, that's not. Damn, this map is so shit. I'm on the other level. I need to go to the janitor's office, which means I need to go to the ventilation section. Fucking hell. If you're gonna make a Metroidvania style thing, you gotta understand the importance of the map. I'm not gonna be sitting here with a notebook taking notes. That's stupid. It's also in my list of things to talk about when I'm done. I've got bitching to do, but it's not gonna be much. Hold it, alright. I mean, that makes sense. But I've seen some ugly women too. I've seen some ugly men too. I've seen a lot of ugly people. In the end, we're all ugly, but damn, pizza's good. At least if it's been cooked once, it's alright. The problems arise if it's...
Ati's still gone. I get the feeling he had more of an agenda than he let on.
Hey, don't go hating on dead women,
Did
man.
you already get
That's
what he was
discrimination.
here for?
Dead women have rights too, and dead women want to get laid just like everybody else. I think you're being insensitive. Going all the wrong ways. Like, I need to go that direction, that way. There's a door right there. Perfect. What am I doing? I'm looking. Oh, clearing a clog. Great. That's just what I want to do. I want to clear some clogs. It's the start of another porn. I'm here to unclog your pipes, babe. I don't know how you're gonna pay for this service. The door's fucking locked. Hey, what is this? Brilliant! I'm not even gonna loot that because I don't give a fuck anymore. Wait a minute. Why is this fucking fan in my way? Probably because they want me to levitate over there, which I got this, guys. You need to reheat a little bit. Rigor mortis is a bad time. Let's just... there's other options as well, of which I will not go into detail. This is as high as I can go right now. Please tell me this opens where we are. Oh, we're. Because I can't make it up there. Like, my character doesn't go high enough. And it's not even. What the fuck did I do? How the fuck? Wait a minute, there's weight probably from the coolant pumps. There's another little notch on the... Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I don't... You think by this map that there should be a checkpoint, fast travel point right there? Nope. You're wrong. There's not. Because somebody doesn't understand how 3 dimensions fucking work. And I can't even remember how to get back to the checkpoint. Wait, this way. Oh, for fuck's sake. Let's just reload from the goddamn thing. I can't be like, Jesus Christ, dude. Since Cavazio's left, we've completed we're not getting that quest done. I guess the game ends here. It won't let me continue. It will not let me continue. So, this is where I'm finishing the game, Control. Like, we already finished the game. We played through the story. We did a few extra missions. My game is broken. I can't not continue, and that's probably for the best, because things were not on... I've reached a point where it was like, I'm done. This is where we're done. I probably should have done it sooner, but I didn't. Let's just give my last thoughts on this. Good to bad, everything. So, I took notes for this one. First complaint. The title, Control. It's one word. When you try to, like, Google up information on the game, whether it's to find a guide or some bit of information on like how the mods or farming or stuff works, Control is a very common word, and it makes it very fucking difficult to find relevant search results on the game as opposed to getting other stuff. I wanted that as the first thing I mentioned because that drove me nuts, and because this is not on the Steam storefront, there's no forum for it outside of like maybe Reddit or Game FAQs and so on. But trying to search the word Control, it didn't work. The map system, the map is trash. It's legitimately frustratingly bad, and I knew this going in. Like, I've read people's opinions on it, and I knew going in it was going to be a very likely problem. And so it's not like I didn't know, and I agree with it. It doesn't work very well. And it's not just that it's inaccurate and it's difficult to figure out how to get from wherever I am to where it is I'm trying to go. the map doesn't have any features that you might want in a Metroidvania-style game. So, the only thing I can think of at the moment that we've played in that vein might be like Hollow Knight, where the map system, it was a 2D side-scroller, so obviously much simpler design. But, like, it had icons for stuff. Like, if you hit a point in the map that you couldn't traverse because you lacked an item or something, it became obvious through the map system that it was incomplete and inaccessible, and you had some idea that you can reference and be like, oh, I got the double jump, I might be able to make this now. I got this other ability that might be... This game didn't do any of that, so the map system was bad. This was one of the two features when I was... not features, but problem areas that I've read about going into the game, prior to going into the game, was, besides the map system, was the saving checkpoint bonfire type Dark Souls system. It actually ended up being not as problematic as I was expecting. It's not the way I would like it, and obviously because I can't continue my game now, my shit's corrupt. And the game auto-saves and it kind of maintains its own system, so we're fucked. So the save system itself, problematic. But we didn't really hit a lot of points, if any, where a lot of stuff had to be repeated. I was pretty good and capable by the time we hit the hard parts in the game. But that system is a bit of a problem. Prior to the end of the game today, the objective system not always being clear definitely is a problem for me. Like, I couldn't finish a lot of these side missions when I was trying. And yeah, I could blame it on distraction and other things, but the game is not always clear as to what the fuck I'm supposed to do, or at least where I'm supposed to go, so that kind of ties into the map system and stuff. The inventory system. The inventory system feels to me like it's too small. There's 24 items per either character mods or the weapons. I had a hell of a time with the inventory filling up, and then you have to scrap or disassemble items, which turns them into materials to clear up an item slot. But it was difficult to know which things I wanted to keep, because it was just kind of a mystery as to what's good, what's not. It felt like the inventory system was a little too small for me, and the time spent disassembling items has an actual bar, then it just takes a long time. And it was even weirder when I started doing modding and stuff, the crafting, because I'd fill up the inventory in very little time, and then I go back and I have to scrap everything in the inventory. It felt like a bit of a clusterfuck. So the crafting system is a weird one, because we just recently played Crystar, which was a Japanese action RPG that had the exact same thing that I hated. And it's the RNG, the random, in the crafting system. You don't just craft a mod that you're looking for in any way. It's literally random. And I'm just wondering, did Remedy and the developers of Crystar, did they happen to attend like the same game developer conference where they gave a talk about like how to add more depth or playtime to your game, or replayability or extendability or something? Because it just feels weird that I played two games that came out so recently with each other that both had this crafting system in a single player game that was just pure RNG. And I don't mean like I'm looking for something that adds attack plus attack and it'll give me a random vet. Like, no. It's like everything in the fucking table is one of the potential options. And like, how much farming do you actually expect the end user to be playing in this game? It's weird. I don't know where this idea came from. This I had a big problem with. This never stopped being a problem. use, seize, and switch weapon, all bound to one key. I'm a PC gamer, I have a fucking keyboard. I have a lot of buttons. I'm not using a controller. And in order to switch my weapon, you have to tap this key. In my case, it's E. So I didn't even notice at first, but it was later I realized holding E versus tapping E actually made a fucking difference. Tapping E makes you switch weapons. Holding E makes you use, so interacting with objects and stuff. So this never stopped being a problem. For something as important as your interact key being tied to your weapon switch feels like a weird oversight, and it's probably because it was a console game design as opposed to a PC game design. I'm having trouble with the complete lack of regeneration or healing items. The only way to heal in this game is by killing enemies, and they drop little orbs that heal you. And it led to problems. I was honestly hoping that there would be at least a mod or something that would allow you to add like a regeneration or something that would allow you to heal, because a lot of times you just kind of hit a point where you just made it past this room and you're near dead, and there really isn't much you can do short of backtracking to a control point, which will restore your health. I wouldn't say it was bad, but it's kind of kept me uncomfortable. Now, as for the abilities themselves, the abilities launch and levitate, absolutely amazing abilities. The rest, they were fucking useless, like the shield and evade. Well, okay, I used evade a bit, but it just seemed like there's only like a couple abilities that were good and the rest were just garbage. And I'm a little surprised. Like I could see them having added more abilities, mix it up a little bit, add a little more variety to your options. I would. I keep calling it SCPs. I know, but I'm just gonna keep calling it SCPs for now. Like I would like to have seen more interesting SCPs. Like we had a lot of stuff like what did I write? We had the fridge. We had a fridge. We had an anchor. We had a TV. Like just objects, and they obviously translated into bosses in the game and stuff. And we had the rubber ducky and some of the other stuff that we saw at the end there. Like I would have liked the SCP universe itself. So not this game, but the SCP wiki and all that has a lot of really elaborate, crazy, wild, out there types of SCPs, not just an object and it does like one special thing or something, but things that are more elaborate. I would like to see more diversity and just crazier concepts, and they kind of did a little bit of that with the 3 pull of the light switch. And I don't know exactly if the maze itself was supposed to be one of them or not, or how that relates, but it seems like they kind of didn't do enough. Like they could have done a little bit more. So the story development and the lore itself is really well done. Like there's a lot to like about the game, with the exception of the ending. That ending was garbage. I felt like the game was incomplete. But putting the ending part aside, everything else was really well done. The actual story development and everything else was great, and it was fun, if not a little bit tedious, reading all the notes. And it was only tedious because I'm reading them out loud to an audience in front of a camera with a microphone in front of my fucking face. But it was sufficient. Like, it was really well fleshed out, and they did it cleverly too, where at times they would hint towards things to come, And then when it came, it was like, oh, we know about this. And it just crafted into some interesting development as a result. So that was great. Well, it's supposed to be a 15-hour game. I don't know how long my actual playthrough was. Combat actually felt really good. Like, the gunfighting itself was pretty good. The usage of abilities and everything else. And as you progressed, it had that sort of power creep effect that turned you kind of into a badass. But it kept you in check, too, because the difficulty... There's no slider, there's no difficulty setting. It's preset. Everybody plays the same difficulty. And for me, the difficulty was pretty spot on. We had a few boss fights that I had to repeat many times to be able to actually defeat. I had to learn and get good and adapt and figure out the strategies or patterns. Felt spot on. It wasn't too hard. It wasn't too easy, although there were a lot of moments where I think the game felt too easy, and a lot of that might be due to the launch ability being as strong as it is. But if we were talking like going back and rebalancing the game, I don't think the launch being made weaker would help. It would be more like everything else kind of needs to be bumped up a little bit closer to its level to make them as viable. So the boss fights were surprisingly satisfying, interesting. They were very, not all of them, but there were some interesting boss fights in there that were very different from everything else. Completely different playstyle, completely different patterns, and just size and scale of them. And I actually enjoyed a lot of them, despite dying to some of them. Despite the gripes I had with the health system. Basically, it's hard to heal yourself short of killing enemies and collecting health orbs. The fact that the energy, or what I call mana, regenerating and the ammo regenerating, I think worked really well. Because if I had to deal with ammo or some other limitation on the energy system, this would be a very different experience. So I'm glad that those were infinite and regenerating. The graphics are great. Everything looks good. A couple of the character models were not so good, but visually it looked great. A lot of interesting scenarios, especially when you take into consideration that it all takes place inside one building. There was quite a bit of diversity even amongst that. So they did some really good design visually. We play a lot of horror games, and it's difficult to get me to feel anything. And interestingly enough, this game, seemingly without trying, because it's not kind of selling itself as a horror game, has actually had more moments of unease and tension and paranoia due to sounds, because they did a good job with the audio, and the lighting system and stuff really did produce good moments of just stuff that horror is made of. Something that many games we play now that are horror games completely fall flat on. Overall, this was a great fucking game. I'm really glad I tried this out.